Good morning, students. So far, we have completed meaning of government budget, components of government budget, objectives of government budget. We are done with 3 topics of a government budget chapter. Today, we'll be moving on to the fourth one, budget deficit and its implications. Okay. Now, what topics we are going to cover in this topic is, first of all, budget deficit में सबसे पहले we'll do revenue deficit, its meaning and implications. Then we'll be covering fiscal deficit, its meaning and implications. Then we'll be covering primary deficit, meaning and implications. And at last, we'll be doing numerical questions of the budget deficit chapter, of the budget deficit topic. Okay, let's move on. Now, what do you mean by budget deficit? Now, what do you mean by the word deficit? Deficit refers to a situation where expenditure of your government is greater than the receipts or revenue of your government. Okay, it is a situation where expenditure, जहाँ पे आपके गवर्नमेंट के एक्सपेंसेस या खर्चे they are greater than the incomes of your government. Okay. Now, budget deficit is further classified into 3 parts. There are 3 types of budget deficit. Number 1, revenue deficit. Number 2, fiscal deficit. Number 3, primary deficit. Okay, we'll be talking about each one of them separately. So, the first one now here is revenue deficit. What do you mean by revenue deficit? Revenue deficit is revenue expenses minus revenue income, or if we talk about revenue receipts. Okay, when revenue expenses are greater than the revenue receipts. Okay, now what do you mean by fiscal deficit? Fiscal deficit means when total expenditure of your government is greater than your total receipts, or total expenditure minus total receipts, but in this total receipts will not be taking borrowings. Again, next, primary deficit, fiscal deficit minus interest payments. We'll be discussing each one of them separately. Okay, so the first one today I'm going to discuss is revenue deficit. Come next. What do you mean by revenue deficit? When revenue expenditure is greater than revenue receipts, when the revenue expenditure of the government is greater than the revenue receipts, it is called revenue deficit. Now you see, we have done revenue expenditure, we have done capital expenditure, we have done revenue receipts, we have done capital receipts, right? Now, what 2 components we are going to take while calculating revenue deficit is revenue expenditure and revenue receipts only. Capital expenditure, capital receipts are not taken into consideration while we are calculating revenue deficit. When revenue expenditure is greater than revenue receipts, it does not include capital expenditure or capital receipts. Now, revenue deficit का formula क्या है? Revenue expenditure minus revenue receipts. Now, what does it indicate? Now, what does revenue deficit indicate? Now, how will government correct the situation of revenue deficit? Now, this clearly means revenue deficit clearly indicates that the expenditure of your government, the expenses of your government are much greater than the receipts of your government. Now, whatever government is receiving on account of tax and non-tax items is very less on account of the expenses that it is making, like defense expenditure, scholarships, subsidies, etc. is revenue expenditure. The expenditure in form of subsidies, scholarships, defense expenditure, salary, wages is much greater than the receipts in form of tax, non-tax receipts. Okay, this means it's a revenue deficit. Now, what are the implications? Now, how will government correct this situation? When expenses, obviously, when expenses are greater than receipts, then the first method that government will adopt to correct the situation will be that the government will cut short the revenue expenditure. Government will spend less in the form of revenue expenditure. Government will give less subsidies. Government will give less scholarships. Okay, government will reduce the wages and salary expenditure. Okay, next, how will government correct the situation? First one was government will cut the revenue expenditure. Now, the next method to correct the situation is that government can raise funds through borrowing from RBI, public, or from other countries. Now government can arrange the money to pay this revenue expenditure through borrowings. Where will the government borrow from? RBI, public, or some other countries. Now the next and the last one method to correct the situation of revenue deficit is to undertake disinvestment. Now, what is disinvestment? Privatization, as we have discussed earlier. Okay, privatization, as we have discussed earlier, it is the selling of shares in the public sector undertakings to the private sector by the government. Okay, whatever money, whatever amount of funds your government will receive through disinvestment, it can be used to cover up this deficit. Okay, now the next type of deficit that I'm moving on to is fiscal deficit. Okay, budget deficit we have done, revenue deficit we have done. Now we are moving on to the next part of our budget deficit, that is fiscal deficit. Excess of total expenditure. Now what do you mean by total expenditure? When I'm talking about total expenditure, it means the revenue expenditure plus capital expenditure. We have done two components of government budget: receipts and expenses. Receipts are further classified into two: revenue receipts, capital receipts. Then again expenditure is classified into two: revenue expenditure, capital expenditure. Here I'm taking both of them, revenue expenditure as well as capital expenditure. Excess of total expenditure over total receipts. What kind of receipts? Again total receipts, revenue receipts and capital receipts. But there's one thing that I'm not going to take into consideration while I'm calculating total receipts, that is borrowings. We have to exclude the borrowings. We don't have to take borrowings into this. Okay, now you see the formula for fiscal deficit is total expenditure minus total receipts except borrowings. Now what you have to exclude while calculating total receipts? Borrowings. You don't have to take borrowings. Okay, now what does fiscal deficit show? It shows shortfall in the government income as compared to the government expenses. Now what will this fiscal deficit show? It will show that by how much amount your income is short of the government expenses. Okay, next, government is spending beyond means. It also indicates that your government is spending beyond its means or beyond its capacity. Okay, it also shows the amount that has to be compensated through borrowings. This also shows that how much amount has to be raised through borrowings to meet the deficit. Okay, that is why we are not taking borrowings over here, because this amount, fiscal deficit itself, indicates borrowings by the government. Okay, now what are the implications of fiscal deficit? Number one, understand it very, very carefully. Okay, inflationary spiral. The first implication of fiscal deficit is inflationary spiral. Now what will happen when there is a fiscal deficit in your economy? Whenever there is a deficit, what will happen is that your government will borrow from RBI. Okay, whenever there is a fiscal deficit, that means the expenditure of your government is greater than the receipts. So how will it meet such an expenditure? It will meet by borrowings from RBI. Now whenever your government borrows from RBI, okay, it will lead to increase in the money supply in the economy. When money supply will increase, then gradually the prices will increase, inflation will increase. Okay, now when inflation, जब इकोनॉमी के अंदर महंगाई आ जाएगी, इन्फ्लेशन आ जाएगी, workers will demand more wages. Okay, now when workers will demand more wages, again, now your price of any product is made up of raw material, wages, okay, and other material, whatever is used, selling cost and all. Now when wages will increase, obviously the price of your commodity will increase. When the prices will increase, that means again inflation will come in your economy, महंगाई हो जाएगी, prices rise होंगे, तो again workers will demand more wages. When workers will demand more wages, again prices will rise. Okay, so this cycle will move on, and this is called wage price spiral. Okay, wage will catch price, again price will catch wage, wage will catch price, price will catch wage. Okay, the next implication is National debt. Okay, national debt. To meet the situation of fiscal deficit, government has to resort to borrowings, and borrowings will lead to burden for your future generations. Okay. Next is low GDP growth. The next effect of fiscal deficit is that there will be low GDP growth in your economy. Okay. Whenever there is a high fiscal deficit, okay, now what will government do? Government will borrow, but with those borrowings, with that funds that the government will borrow, it will pay the expenditure that it has incurred. Okay, it will pay the total expenditure. Okay, so government will not be able to invest. Government will be able to spend, but it will not be able to invest in the economy. So the spending on the infrastructure by the government will reduce. Whenever there's a low investment in the economy, okay, when there's low investment expenditure, people will also invest less in the economy, and therefore there will be less GDP growth. Next is the next reason why low GDP growth will happen, because of your fiscal deficit, high fiscal deficit. The first reason I have given, second I am going to give. Whenever there is a high fiscal deficit, government will increase taxes so that it can raise the amount of receipts. Whenever government will increase the tax, it means government is trying to increase its receipts. When government will increase the taxation, the disposable income of the persons reduces. The disposable income of the people will reduce. Now, what do you mean by disposable income? Disposable income means the income which can be spent. Okay, the income which is spent. Let's assume my income is 100 rupees and 30% is the tax rate. That means I have to pay 30 tax, and 70 which will be left will be my disposable income. Okay, this is disposable income. When rate of taxation will increase, disposable income will reduce, and aggregate demand, the economy level demand will also decrease, because people have less money now. Okay, because of increase in the tax rate, people have less money to spend, so demand will also reduce. Okay, when demand will reduce, so GDP will be less for your economy. Now the last one is the situation of crowding out. The last implication is the situation of crowding out. You see, whenever there is a high fiscal deficit in your economy, it will lead to high government borrowings. Okay, government will borrow a lot of amount to meet its expenditure. Now when large amount of borrowings are taken by the government itself, less amount of funds will be available for private sector entrepreneurs. Okay, less amount of funds will be available for private sector entrepreneurs, and so banks will reduce the amount of loan that is given to the private entrepreneurs. Now how will they reduce the amount of loans which are given to private entrepreneurs? Okay, they will reduce by charging high rate of interest. कोई भी चीज़ महंगी हो जाती है, if anything gets expensive, people obviously demand it less. So that is why banks will increase the bank rate. They will increase the interest rate. Banks will increase the interest rate on their loans, and hence the private entrepreneur will take less loans. Now when there's high rate of interest means people will take less loans, and thus investment will also decrease in your economy. Okay, this is the situation of crowding out. Here crowding out means that amount of loans required by the people are more, but the amount of loan which is possible to be given by the banks is less. So it's a crowding out situation which ultimately leads to less investment in your economy. Thank you. That's all for today.